Okay, Frank, you're
Right.
good.
Yeah, take it away. So thank you, Madam Yang. Thank you顾老师，谢谢。然后所有在国内的我们的老师们，非常感谢你们都来到今天晚上。Welcome to all of our participants this evening. We're really excited to share with you a lot of exciting and diverse scholarship opportunities in China. First, we're going to hear a brief presentation from the International Chinese Language Teachers Scholarships, so 国际中文教师奖学金. And these scholarships are opportunities for those interested in becoming teachers of Chinese language down the road. This rings particularly true to me as a longtime educator of Chinese language myself, who is a second language speaker of Mandarin. We need more people like us. We need more people from diverse backgrounds to teach Mandarin, teach the next generation. So even of those of you just getting started with Mandarin, here is a great example of a career pathway for you. 就是以后你可以利用你的中文教更多的人中文，这是一个很好的，就是给你们介绍今天晚上。So you can learn about how to do that. And then secondly, we're also going to hear from the Center for Language Education and Cooperation, so 教育部中外语言交流合作中心. And they're going to introduce their Chinese bridge programs, which include summer camps, virtual delegations, and competitions tied to aspects of Chinese language and culture. These programs are applicable and relevant to a broad range of students from high school and college ages, with varying proficiencies in Mandarin. So no matter what your background is, there might be a scholarship you hear about tonight that fits you. And so we hope that, that you enjoy listening and learning. I want to mention at the outset, if you have any questions, please save them for the end or put them in the chat. If you put questions into chat at the end of the presentations, we will answer those questions. So feel free to input questions or record them and ask them at the end. And of course, you can ask our Kongzi Xueyuan, our Kong Confucius Institute, if you have any questions. I want to introduce a couple people for this evening. Firstly, we have Madame Yang visiting us from the embassy, as well as Yi Mi, just a Gu Yi Mi, visiting us from the embassy. And then we have several representatives from the Chinese Center for Language Education and Cooperation, so 中外语言交流合作中心are joining us. We have Hu Fu Chuzhang. We have, which is Hu 老师. Hey, 您好, 那是 Hu 老师. So that's Hu 老师 right there. And then we have a Li Mu, Li 老师, so Li 老师. 然后我们好像有另外一个李老师. We have a Li Fu Chuzhang, 另外一个李老师. So there's two Li 老师. 但是只有一个是副处长，所以别忘了他们的职称不一样. Yes, so they have different titles. But two Li 老师. And finally, we have Wang 老师. Wang 老师. 哎，您好. We have Wang 老师. So they will be presenting the two different scholarships this evening. And I believe we're starting with the scholarship for Chinese teachers, correct? 对吧? Before we begin, Madame Yang, Gule, would either of you like to share a few words, say anything?
Why not just go ahead?
Okay. And then can I also ask, thank you so much, Dr. Dolce, but I think we have an ASL interpreter in the attendees and I need to find them. So in our attendees, if we have the ASL interpreter here, could you please raise your hand? Please raise your hand if you're the ASL interpreter. 1 minute. Thank you, everyone. I'm not sure who that would be. Otherwise, Frank, can you also turn on the captioning at the bottom of your screen as the host? It says start live transcripts.
Certainly. And I appreciate all of your patience. I'm new to Live transcript is on. Assign. Oh, no.
just
Enable auto transcription.
auto transcript. Yes,
So
thank
there
you.
we are. And
Okay.
regarding interpreter, no one has raised their hand.
Okay, this is the time of COVID, these things happen. So we'll go with the live captioning this evening and then we can add that later, okay? Okay, so thank you so much, you two from Beijing. Well, actually 3 of you in Beijing. We're really excited to have you here. Okay.
And I'll add just a reminder, if you have any questions at all, audience, during this presentation, please write them in the chat and we'll make sure that we can answer them at the end. We'll have time.
Good morning, dear teachers, students, and parents. We come from Centers for Language Education and Cooperation. Now, I want to give a brief introduction for our International of Chinese Language Teacher Scholarships. And we will separate our presentation into 4 parts. First is the introduction for our International Chinese Language Teacher Scholarships. International Chinese Language Scholarship is committed to training local Chinese language teachers, receive teachers, top Chinese language professionals, and for students all over the world who loves Chinese language and Chinese culture. This program was established in 2009. Up to now, more than 58,000 people from all over 170 countries have been funded to study in China. And for all the students, including 1,400 applicants from America. And for our scholarship, we have funded into 2 kinds of activities, degree program and short-time study program. Before I introduce our degree program, I just want to give some examples. The first, this boy is come from America, and in 2014, he has studied in Peking University for 1 year. And he said when he first time saw the snow mountain in Sichuan province, from that time he decided to settle down in China and be a nature photographer. And now he is the first foreign nature conservation and photographer in China. He never stopped his step to looking for beauty of nature and try his best to protect them. And also you can see the background. These all the pictures are photoed by him. In 2013, Nike, a German boy, won first prize in the World Chinese Bridge competition in Germany. And in the next year, Nike has applied for our scholarship and studied in Tsinghua University for 1 year. He loves Chinese traditional culture and became the first foreign honorary members of the China Music Association. Du Di, a Cameroon boy, have studied in Zhejiang Normal University from 2011 to 2015 and obtained a master's degree in Chinese International Education and Translation. During his stay in school, he and 2 other students have completed a set of Chinese textbooks, and all these textbooks have been designed as middle school Chinese textbooks by the Education Department in Cameroon. In 2015, he was employed by the Ministry of Higher Education of Cameroon as a Chinese teacher in the Higher Normal College of Mora University, and he became the first local Chinese teacher in the college. The last, Tang Hanming. Tang Hanming came from India, and he has applied to our scholarship twice. From 2013 to 2014, he studied in Zhengzhou University. From 2015 to 2017, he majored in Chinese International Education in Tianjin Normal University. And after graduation, Tang Hanming went back to Bombay and has become a Chinese teacher in China India Bridge Chinese School. And for our scholarship, we have over 171 countries and over 58,000 applicants. And all these come from more than 800 recommending institutions. And we have more than 200 host institutions in China. And I just give some data for all the students who have applied to our different kinds of scholarships. After the data, I just want to introduce the host institution and the recommending institution for our scholarships. And actually, CLEC Center's Chinese language or education department for foreign universities, professional associations for Chinese language institutions of other countries, or Chinese embassies abroad, Confucius Institute, all these can become recommending institutions that may recommend outstanding students and currently employed Chinese language teachers to apply for our scholarship. And all over the world, we have more than 800 recommending institutions and about 100 recommending institutions now within USA. And this picture is part of the list for our host institution. And you can see in other cities that like Beijing, Tianjin, Shanghai, Xi'an, we have a lot of universities can be our host institutions. Actually, there are more than 200 colleges and universities could receive the scholarship students, and you can find the whole list on our website. Actually, for our degree program, and we have offered scholarship for foreign learners, not only for young people aspirants to become Chinese language teachers, and also we have in-service Chinese language teachers to purchase degree in teaching Chinese to speakers of other languages. And now I want to introduce the different types and qualifications for our degree program. First, for the bachelor degree, a senior high school diploma is necessary, and also we need HSK level 3 and the HSKK test. And also for the master degree, we need a bachelor degree first, and then we need HSKK level 5 and scores more than 210, and then we need the HSKK test more than 60 score. If you want to apply for our doctor degree, not only the master degree is necessary, and also we need the major for your master degree is teaching Chinese to speakers to other languages or education's major. And also we need the highest level for HSKK and HSK test. And also 2 years work experience in teaching Chinese languages is necessary. And for the master degree and doctor degree, priority will be given to applicants who have provided a work contact with a teaching institution upon completing their studies in China or a proof of the same effect. After the degree program, and there are short-term study in China. The program will provide scholarship for in-service Chinese teachers and Chinese learners study TESOL and related major in China. And also we have the term for 4 weeks, 1 semester, and 1 academic year. For 1 academic year study, and you will study in China for 11 months. And also we have provided major for Chinese language, Chinese literature, and philosophy or teaching Chinese to foreign language speakers. And also for the 1 semester study, you will spend 5 months in China, and also the same major for the 1 year study. Actually, for 4 weeks study, this program will be organized by your recommending institution, and we can offer this short-term study in China. The HSK level is much lower than the degree program. And also we have cooperative scholarship. And this cooperative scholarship is between our Center Language Education Corporation and other educational departments and universities of other countries. And all this kind of scholarship, you can find more details on our website. After the introduction, I just want to show how to apply for our scholarships. Actually, before you start to apply your application, passport photo page, score reports of the HSK and HSKK test, reference letter by the head of the recommending institution, and a certification of the highest education diploma. All these 4 things that you need to prepare with you. And then you can log on to the scholarship web. It's called cis.chinese.cn and to register. After register, you can start to apply for our scholarship. First, you need to choose a recommending institution. A recommending institution will select the better applicants recommend to the host institute. And after you put all your personal information and choose a recommending institution, and then you have finished all your part. And then your application will go from the recommending institution go to the host institutions. And in the host institutions, they will pre-admission for you. And after a pre-admission by the host institutions, all your information and all your application will go to our Division of Test and Scholarship Department. And after your document come to us, we have a team of specialists, and they will give the final admission to you, maybe by the end of June this year. As the picture vividly shows, this is the application system. First, you need to register your own account, and then you need to finish all the information on the left. Basic information, education background, work experience, language ability, and reference, all these things are needed. And also, when you finish all the information, you need to submit this form. And then you will see the notice. After your application go to the step 4, that means the specialist will do the final exam to you. And then by the end of June, you will know if you get the scholarship or not. After you get our scholarship, and the host institution will contact you by time, so don't worry. And actually, because of the coronavirus, a lot of students that cannot come to China for study. But don't worry about this situation. Every school have their own online program for foreign students. These are our contact information. Please feel free to contact us if you want to apply for our scholarships. And if you have any questions, just email us as followed. It's okay. Thanks for your listening, and welcome to apply for our scholarship.
Thank you very much for that first introduction. Since this will all be recorded and available, I encourage the email address that was provided at the end. Should there be questions that you have later on that we don't get to today or that come up later, there's that great email address. So you all know where to address questions if you're interested in any of those opportunities. Thank you very much. I believe now we'll be segueing into the second Chinese Bridge Program presentation. At the end of this presentation, we will have an open Q&A regarding both of the presentations that we received. So feel free to insert any questions you had on that first conversation we just had, or the first presentation, into the chat, and we'll be sure to get to those questions after this second presentation. And with that, I will turn the floor back over, and we will hear our second presentation, this one on diverse bridge programs available, scholarships for bridge programs. Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Nicole from Division of International Exchange of Center for Language Education and Cooperation. Today I'm going to briefly introduce our Visiting China program. Our branded program is called Hanyu, meaning Chinese Bridge. There are 6 key projects under Chinese Bridge, which are summer camps, delegation online, and the Chinese Bridge Club. We host 3 competitions annually, which are Chinese proficiency competition for college students, for secondary school students, and for foreigners across the globe. I'm going to introduce each project in details. Let's talk about summer camps first. We organize delegates consists of school principals, educational officers, and students summer or winter camps to China. We hosted 13,000 people in 2019, including 11,550 at the summer camps. Due to COVID-19, instead of coming to China, we hosted many camps virtually last year. So what do you do at the camp? We provide students with Chinese language and culture classes, such as paper cutting, calligraphy, ink and wash painting, tea ceremony, and martial arts. And we also provide varied activities. For example, you could choose to stay with a Chinese host family, which would be a great way for you to gain knowledge of local traditions and customers. Or you could get in together with Chinese students, learning how people around the same age from other corners of the world think. Because of COVID-19, we can't have to hold our camps online. There were different themes on each camp, such as intro of Chinese New Year, online tour to Forbidden City, online tasting on Chinese food, and etc. This was a popular one. As you probably can tell, this camp was teaching Kung Fu to students from Utah. For more information, you could visit our website, bridge.chinesebridge.cn/online/camp. There's also pre-departure orientation courses at the website if you are interested. Here's a video clip showing our camps in details. Let's check it out.
Annually, we invite students of learning Chinese from all over the world to China to participate the summer camp here. With careful guidance from famous teachers, you can master more effective learning methods. The summer camp can stimulate greater enthusiasm in learning Chinese. In various ways, students can make interactive communication, mutual promotion, and progress together. By studying various Chinese cultural courses, paper cut, calligraphy, ink wash, painting, tea art, and wushu, you can appreciate the profoundness of Chinese culture. You can gather with Chinese students for fun, in merrily dancing and singing. You know more about each other and show your talents. You can visit Chinese family, multiple choice of homestay program, make you understand the Chinese view on happy family personally. The friendship connections make you sprinkle the sweat of youth and water the splendid flower of friendship. You can also visit different places to experience different folk culture and regional customs. Enjoy the magnificent landscape and appreciate the fast growth of China. Chinese Bridge Summer Camp takes you to make more friends and understand more about China. Welcome to join Chinese Bridge Summer Camp.
So how do you apply? As long as you are over 14 years old and a regular public or private college high school student in reading, there is a Chinese level requirement. You have to meet HSK level 4 in order to apply, but different camps meet different criteria. You can apply to join us through Chinese Embassy or Consulate through their education department by schools or institutions. So if you are interested for more information, please visit our website as I mentioned earlier. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot us an email at 交流@chinese.cn. Let's watch a video clip on students who participate in our camps, sharing their thoughts and experiences.
这位来自美国的帅小伙叫 Jack， 可能因为长途飞行的原因，刚来中国的时候他很想家，但因为大家都是来自世界各地， 一样学习汉语的同龄人，所以他很快就和小伙伴们融为一体，成为好朋友。
Alright, so besides my friends from America, I've made a pretty good friendship from a kid from Thailand and a kid from South Africa. Yeah, we're pretty close.
在为期2周的营程里，大家一起上课，一起游戏，一起学书法、下围棋、看展览，体验地域文化，品尝特色美食，在浩瀚无边的中国文化海洋里快乐体验，尽情徜徉，使 Jack 对中国文化的了解和热爱快速升级。朋友间的亲密交流、友好互动、真诚促进，使 Jack 对夏令营心怀感念。这个夏天一定会成为他最深刻的人生记忆。
Alright, so I think the entire camp was like such a great experience for me. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm sad because I have to leave the new friends that I make that I just made.
惜别，为了更好的重聚，学习汉语，朋友遍天下。Jack， 衷心祝愿你们的友谊天长地久。
维多利亚受家庭环境熏陶，很小就痴迷于中国文化。今年在准备汉语桥世界中学生中文比赛前夕，收到来自夏令营的邀请。
My mom was really excited, maybe even more excited than me.
夏令营的核心课程是汉语学习，维多利亚积极与中国孩子沟通交流，汉语水平，特别是口语水平飞快提升。
This time I've been talking a lot more in Chinese and a lot more to Chinese people who they always try and talk to me as best as I can, and they help me a lot. And this time I feel a lot more confident as well in my speaking, that I've had 2 years to practice and know what I want to do this time.
为期2周的中国文化之旅，使维多利亚和其他小伙伴一起更近距离地走进中国，更多层面地认识中国，更深长度地了解中国。他们都是沟通世界与中国的使者。
Little moments, and I'm gonna miss being able to talk about my feelings, and I'm gonna miss exploring China and the beauty of its culture, and to see all the smiling faces and the things that, although we were looking at the time, we didn't think it was that special, but once you look back at it, it's such an amazing thing because we're all from different parts of the world. We didn't know each other at all, and after 2 weeks we're all crying because we don't want to leave each other, and I think that's something really special that I didn't think I'd ever experience. So to have this opportunity that this camp has given me is incredibly unbelievable.
我爱中国，我还想再来中国。
Thought it was really cool because we don't see that in America, so to see it, to come here and see something different, it was really cool.
This camp has been one of the best experiences of my life. It's been the best opportunity I've had in a very, very long time.
China's just amazing. It's filled with experiences. I do want to come again, but I'm so glad I came to Beijing.
汉语桥夏令营带你认识更多朋友，了解更多中国。
Okay, so next I'm going to talk about another program that assists you to come to China. We annually host 3 competitions, which are Chinese Bridge Chinese Proficiency Competition for college students, for secondary school students, and foreigners across the globe. Around 1.5 million students from 152 countries participate in our competitions. Among them, 135 contestants from 108 countries participated last year for college students, while 148 contestants from 83 countries participated in secondary school students last year. There were 79 countries, 548 contestants from 159 schools who participated in our 2020 Chinese Bridge online doubling competition. So what's the requirement for college competition? You have to be a college student, of course, with non-Chinese nationalities, aged between 18 and 30, grown outside China, whose first language and their parents are not Chinese. For secondary school students competition, you have to be a foreign high school student, aged between 15 and 20, with non-Chinese nationalities, grown outside of China, whose native language and that of their parents are not Chinese. For Chinese proficiency competition for college students, overseas preliminary round mostly holds from March to May. Contestants will be approved and invited in June. Semifinals and final round mostly held in China in July and August. For secondary school students, overseas preliminary round holds from March to August. Contestants would be approved invited in September. Semifinals and final round held in China in October. Because of COVID-19, we held our competition online, which was a very special and interesting experience for all the contestants. As you can see, there were more than 100 contestants across the globe participate in our competition online. Over the past 20 years, we had many great American contestants, and many of them had achieved good results at the competitions. Here's a video clip on our past two contestants from the States, one from college competition, one from secondary school students competition, sharing their thoughts and experience at the National Chinese Language Conference. Let's check it out.
Our next performers are actual musicians. So I'd like to welcome up to the stage Anthony Dodge. Oh, good. Anthony, thank you so much for coming today, Anthony. I heard that you were on the Hanyuqiao, like the China Bridge language competition.
I was.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
What was that like?
So in 2013, I was part of the college Hanyuqiao competition, which is a Chinese-speaking competition for college students from the US. So 123 people, including myself, from 78 different countries around the world were flown to China, and we did everything from singing to dancing to acting. I played the erhu, I cooked, I played the cello. In this month-long competition that's turned into a TV show, and it was honestly one of the most special and memorable experiences of my life.
Wow, so that was... I hope they had one thing where you had to do all of those things at once.
Not quite. Not quite.
We actually apparently have a clip of you on the Hanyuqiao competition.
Do you?
That we can share with everybody. Why don't we take a look over at that clip?
All right.
大家好，我今天演讲的题目是塞北的雪。冬天是寒冷的，但是美丽的；白雪是冰凉的，但是纯洁的，是无私的。生活在火炉长沙的朋友们，听了我的演讲，是否也像我一样爱上了北方的雪呢？
Welcome up on stage, Nicholas Biniaz Harris. Nicholas, so you are a freshman at Yale, correct?
That's right.
And you do both music and pre-med classes. So you have no time.
I try to do my best.
You do your best. Well, thank you for using the time you do have to be with us tonight. You were actually on the Hanyuqiao competition as well, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what was that like for you?
That was absolutely incredible. Similar to the college competition, there were 62 people there were 62 countries and 124 contestants from those various countries. And I remember there were some instances in which I could be talking to someone from Cambodia and Tajikistan at the same time. And the only way the three of us could communicate was by speaking Chinese. Wow. So that was one of the more interesting experiences I've ever had.
Definitely. I can't say I've ever been at a table with Cambodians and Tajiks and be like, yeah, that's the easiest way to get around. That's great. We actually have a video of you as well from the Hanyuqiao competition, winning the Hanyuqiao competition in 2013. Let's take a look at that video.
在我身边的这位钢琴演奏者，他非常的厉害。他曾经获得了2013年度美国国家交响乐团青年独奏演奏家比赛的冠军。他的名字叫海正杰。 获得第6届汉语桥世界中学生中文比赛个人综合1等奖的是美国1队的海仲杰，祝贺你们！
Wow, that was incredible.
Thank you.
There you go. You look like you were doing a great job up there on stage.
Oh, I definitely tried.
Yeah.
I really want to thank the Hanban and the Hanyu Qiao Bisai. It was an incredible opportunity, and I never would have had something like this without those two organizations. And also, I want to thank my high school, Georgetown Day School in Washington, D.C., and especially my Chinese teacher, Zhang Laoshi, who's actually in the audience today.
张老师，站起来。Very good. Did a very good job.
And without her and my high school, I would never have known that this competition existed.
Wow.
So I'm very grateful.
It sounds like it must have been an incredible experience.
We're waiting for you to apply our summer camps and our competitions. I'm going to talk about Chinese Bridge Club really quickly. The club aims to connect participants of competitions and summer camps to each other and to the Chinese Bridge community. You could register and complete application forms at our official website, or you could download our app on your phone. The club hosts many events, activities, meetups, and lectures, and more. There is actually one chapter in New York if you are interested to apply. That's about all. Thank you for listening. We are looking forward to hearing from each of you.
Thank you very much for both of the presentations we've now received. And the floor can be open to questions, which we invite in the chat. Any questions that you have can then be addressed by Wang Laoshi and Li Laoshi and others in Beijing, who, even though we heard recorded presentations, these are the authors of the presentations. These are the individuals who know these programs in and out, and we have a wonderful opportunity to ask any questions that you have. Don't be shy. There was one that I noticed that was posted, which I'll ask. Do students have their choice of university in China at the same time they apply for the scholarship? And can they or should they choose more than one university? And I believe that question came up regarding the first presentation, but feel free to address that question for either. So 这些不同的奖学金，这些不同的项目，就是他们能选他们自己的大学，还是他们就是有固定的必须上就是在这个大学读书或者那个大学读书。
Actually, for the scholarships, you can choose two universities that you want to go at the beginning for your application.
Wonderful. So there's two different universities that you can choose from. Okay.
Two different
So you have to pick, there's a lot of them and you can pick two?
Yeah, actually more than 200 universities that you can choose two of them.
Right. Okay. So you can't just pick all of them and apply to all, but you can pick two of many options. Okay. 非常好.
Yeah.
We have another question here. Let me scroll down in my chat. So this question, are there we'll start with this question from Chris. Are there age restrictions for high school students for the summer camps?
Summer camps.
就是他们的年龄有限吗？就是高中生，如果他们还是高中生的话。
Over 14 years old. As long as you're over 14, you're good. And well, the second question is still depends on the COVID-19 restrictions, so I can't really answer that.
You mean the question about
virtual? Yeah. Well, if the COVID-19 restriction is getting better, then you might come to China actually. If not, it's probably going to be virtual.
Oh, that second question, Chris's second question. Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Now going up to the question above that by Ida or Ada. I apologize if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Ida. Ida's question was, if a student knows a family in China, can they stay with them or only with specific host families that are designated by the program?
For summer camp or for a scholarship?
That's a good question.
Well, if it's for summer camps, you can.
For scholarship, 江水金来讲。
Okay. Actually, for scholarship, you have to live in the school. Yeah. I'll choose you that you have to stay in school and for the security. Yeah.
Okay. So you have to stay in school. Terrific. Any other questions? Don't be shy.
One second, please. Actually, we have a accommodation fee for every student every month. So if your school allow you to live outside school, that you can choose a safe, maybe a host family or just apartment by yourself. But if school not allow you to go outside, so you have to live in the school in the inside school in the dormitory.
I see. So Li Laoshi, every school might be different with their expectations.
Different.
Yeah, 每个学校会不一样。
Yeah, they have their different rules.
Terrific. So that's helpful to know. One of the things you might want to inquire when you're looking at different schools, you can look at the programs they offer, the reputation of the school, but also what are their policies regarding where you live and where you can live. Okay, next question. What was the option for scholarships? This is from Ida. Which one of the Jiang Shuijin options, scholarship options, allowed for staying with host families? Which one of the programs involved host families?
Oh, actually, no. There's no kind of scholarships that you can stay with host families. No.
Okay. So none of the ones that were presented tonight involved host families.
So that for the scholarship, if you want, you can choose, maybe you can find a host family by yourself that we have no host family invited to you.
Okay. So you don't have 没有系统性的就是给他们一个就是可以住的家庭. Okay. So there's no systematic locating of a host family, but if you know someone, if you have a family in mind, that might be possible. Don't be shy, 就是别害羞。还有什么别的问题吗？ One question that I had was for the bridge program. Oh, here's one from someone else. So we'll take this one first. What are the application deadlines for the scholarships that start in the fall, next fall, this fall?
Actually, now you can start to apply. The deadline is May the 15th. May the 15th for the degree program. And if you want to apply for a short term, if the same, actually, degree program and the short-term degree, the short-term study that we have the same deadline is May the 15th for you to apply.
Okay, May 15th. So we have a couple months. 你还有2个月左右, about 2 months. So get working on your applications.
Yes, if you want, you can apply today. Yeah.
The HSK level 3 would apply to which one-year program?
Actually, for HSK level 3, that you can apply every kinds of program that you want for one academic year. Yeah.
You can apply for any of the programs at HSK 3.
Yeah. Yeah. If you pass the HSK level 3. Yeah. If you pass the HSK level 3.
Okay.
And actually, you can see more details for different kinds of scholarships that are on our web. Because we have every detailed things on our web.
Okay. So visit the website if they want to see. Okay. Could you come on down? So on the website. Weren't there, Li Laoshi, weren't there some that they had requirements that said you must be at HSK level 4 to do the master's program or to do this or something like that? Weren't there restrictions that were above HSK 3? I believe you're muted right now, Li Laoshi.
Oh, sorry. Actually, if you want to apply for the short-term or I'm sorry. So for HSK level 3, that you can apply for every kinds of scholarships for 1 year study, for short-term study. Actually, for the degree program, actually HSK level 4 or higher than HSK level 4,
Okay.
at least. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the difference. The 1 year programs, the short term, 3 is fine. What are the deadlines to apply for the bridge programs, the summer camps?
It's better that you apply ahead of a year. So this year is 2021. So you probably should apply for next year and through Chinese embassy.
Through the Chinese embassy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And or you can shoot an email, as I showed on my PowerPoint. So
Right.
交流@chinese.cn.
Yes. Yes, definitely visit the website for all sorts of information, all these details, and certainly like apply, start making your preparations right now for 2022 summertime. It'll be here before we know it. And Wang Laoshi, I totally can relate to not knowing what time it is. In these COVID times, we're all losing our sense of what year it is and everything. So next question. Could we put the website in the chat? Would one of you mind typing the website name? There it is. Thank you. It's there. Okay. So that's been done.
CIS.Chinese.cn is for scholarships program.
Next question comes from Nathaniel. Can you still be studying in another university or college and attend the school abroad? I guess so. Can you be dual enrolled? If it's virtual, can you be in class in your home country and also enrolled in the program? That sounds like a lot of work to me.
他说的就是说，他如果是在，就是他们学校本身，就是应该是，对，在那边上学就同时兼顾可以。Actually, yeah, if for the online program, it's okay now. So so you're now studying in America and you can apply for our scholarship. And maybe for the online program or for Chinese lessons, that's okay. You can get the maybe degree, 2 different degree at the same time in both America and China.
Next question. Would you offer any opportunities for deaf college students who have no prior knowledge of Chinese to study Chinese at your camp?
Well, we actually have a Chinese level requirement. You have to meet level 4.
The camps require level 4.
Right. Okay. But different camps has different criteria, so you might want to double check.
Okay. but there are language requirements for the camps.
Yeah.
Okay. Specific question from Ida. My daughters are high school students, third year. I would like them to apply for 2022 fall. Do you anticipate that in 2022, next year, will it also be a May deadline for applications?
Yeah, almost the same every year. But the start time is March the 1st, every year, from March the 1st to May the 15th.
And thank you to the embassy for providing Gu Laoshi or Madame Young provided the answer to that. So thank you. My daughters are that's what we did that. Yes, okay. So that's the end. Any more questions? Do we have any more? One question that was asked during and answered by Kathy, Dr. Johnson, was, wait, are these the same presentations that were given last Wednesday and the same one that will be given next Wednesday? 不是每个礼拜三都有就是报告吗？是一模一样吗？是同样的项目，同样的奖学金？ And what's the answer to that, Li Laoshi, Wang Laoshi?
No.
They're all different. The thing is that the government's providing lots of different opportunities for studying abroad in China. And we have all these different scholarships and opportunities. And so every week we're highlighting a different one or two, and we're going to compile all of them together on the website so that they'll all be available and you can review all of these different options, okay? So today is just a couple of them. And I hope that you'll all consider them. Especially the one to learn how to teach Chinese and be like, we need more people to teach Mandarin all over the world. So, 我鼓励大家都申请. So I think that's the end. I have nothing else to say. Are there any concluding remarks from Beijing or from the embassy in DC? Does anyone have anything they'd like to add? Okay.
May I add?
Wang
So
Laoshi?
for the question of deaf college student who have no prior knowledge of Chinese, well, you can attend online summer camps. You don't need any Chinese requirements.
So the online summer camps do not require any background with Mandarin.
Right.
Okay. So that's the viable path forward there, I guess. What is the website for the copies of the presentations? That is a terrific question. And I believe way up in this chat, a similar question was asked, a tough question. And I know that, okay, there they are. Is that the one? That's the website? Now, will that website have last week's though, or would that only have this week's presentations?
Sorry, this web is for the scholarships, for how to apply for our scholarship. It's not for the copy of this presentation.
Right. Okay. Okay. 但是就是上个礼拜我们的报告，上个礼拜的报告不是和你们有关，对吧？就是不会在这个网站。
No, 不会的。
So, I know that I don't have an answer to that question. I don't know the website where all of the presentations will be, but I do know who you can email asking about that, and I'm looking for that email address. One moment. Here it is. Copy, paste. So Dr. Johnson most certainly knows where all of these presentations will be compiled. So I suggest that you email her directly at kejohnson@stcloudstate.edu, and Dr. Johnson can let you know where you can find all of these recorded presentations starting 2 weeks ago, last week, this week, next week, through the spring. Okay, so thank you very much for participating this evening. 非常感谢。 我们很荣幸有从北京来的就是老师们。Thank you, Embassy, for participating. 非常感谢 Madam Yang and Gule and Gu 老师 for participating. And have a nice evening and have a nice morning in Beijing. 就是好的，谢谢，非常感谢，好，拜拜。